Howdy, folks. Welcome to the channel. This is Rock on the Country, where I react primarily to non-pop, well, exclusively non-pop music, certain non-pop country music, but I have a country heart series where I do songs that have a country heart. They weren't marketed as country, but the lyricism or some of the instrumentation or a combination of the two would give you a sense of what you might feel with a traditional country song. And that's what I'm doing today. I'm putting this in the Country Heart series. That's the playlist I've got. It's the Eagles song Lyin. And it's a gift request by Trent Smith, who just had hip surgery. Trent, you're only 17, so I don't know what you did. Did you have a bike riding accident? Did you have a sports accident? Like, are you a linebacker? You don't have to tell us, but of course you've got me curious. So I hope you recover quickly, but Trent is a huge traditional country fan, and he's only 17 years old. He lives out in Fishers, Indiana, and I've been there numerous times. And of course, I know this song, so I'm going to call it a review, but I don't know the song from an analytical standpoint. I was never a big Eagles fan back in the day. I certainly wasn't. But I will say this, that Don Henley, the song "The Last Resort" is one of my favorite, in my top 10 probably of all time, in the songs that just hit me in the feels. I think I tried reacting to that 3 or 4 years ago, and it was blocked because the Eagles and Don Henley, together and independently, had such a stranglehold over their copyrights. But now, I don't know, it seems to be loosened up. I've seen other reactors be able to react to the song. I haven't watched their reactions, but I'm going to analyze the song now as I normally do. So Trent, thank you for the gift, my friend, and I'm wishing you a speedy recovery from your hip surgery. Those, I don't know, those surgeries, those injuries, they suck. Healing, once you get back on your feet again, which you will, it feels so good. All right, here we go. And there are some country elements in the Eagles' music. Southern country girls.
A rich old man, and she won't have to worry. She'll dress up all in lace and go in style. Late at night, a big old house gets lonely.
Yeah, there's no love there.
I guess every form of refuge has its price. And it breaks her heart to think her love is only given to a man with hands as cold as ice.
Ouch.
So she tells him she must go out for the evening to comfort an old friend who's feeling down. But he knows where she's going as she's leaving. She is headed for the cheating side of town.
What a way of wording it.
You can't hide your lying eyes, and your smile is a thin disguise. I thought by
Here's the thing, too. Younger folks tend to think older folks are stupid. And it's just, that itself is an idiotic idea, because when you've been around as long as older folks have, and as old as this gentleman in the song is depicted as being, he doesn't have the physical ability any longer, the sexual prowess, the looks, the whatever. His hands are cold because the circulation's weak. That's how I hear it. But he's been through life. He knows how people think. He's had a lot of those thoughts himself. Maybe not the identical circumstances and all that stuff, but you recognize human nature. And he knows you recognize subtle differences in someone's behavior, posture, voice. And in this case, it shows up in the eyes. As they say, the eyes are the windows to the soul. And, but he bought into it too. He's got this much younger woman. What did he think was going to happen? It's a country bass line too, though.
On the other side of town, a boy is waiting with fiery eyes and dreams no one could steal. She drives on through the night, anticipating, 'cause he makes her feel the way she used to feel. She rushes to his arms, they fall together. She whispers that it's only for a while. She swears that soon she'll be coming back forever. She pulls away and leaves him with a smile.
She's not coming back.
You can't hide your lying eyes, and your smile is a thin disguise. I thought by now you'd realize there ain't no way to hide your lying eyes. She gets up and pours herself a strong one
She's back home.
and stares out at the stars up in the sky. Another night, it's gonna be a long one.
Just to live it herself.
She draws a shade and hangs her head to cry. She wonders how it ever got this crazy. She thinks about a boy she knew in school. Did she get tired or did she just get lazy? She's so far gone, she feels just like a fool. My oh my, you sure know how to arrange things.
Yeah.
You set it up so well, so carefully. Ain't it funny how your new life didn't change things? You're still the same old girl you used to be. You can't hide your lying eyes.
Her new lie didn't change things. I think that was the lie she told the boy, that she'd be back in a little bit. But she's a victim of her own devices. She's paying the consequences. And they said it in the beginning of the song. I don't want to forget this, where he said, I guess every form of refuge has its price. So if you're going to find, yeah, everything costs something in this world. Opportunity, and no matter what domain you're studying, whether it's economics or otherwise, finance, of course, but there are opportunity costs. If you're going to do one thing, there's a million other things you're not. Those are your opportunities that you're not taking. And you presumably make a rational choice. Rational in economic terms means it works well for you. You value this above these other things. It doesn't mean it's logical. It means in economic terms, it's used differently. But to her, finding this refuge with the older man, to have this hoity-toity lifestyle, to have the money and the resources, it has its price. It's a loveless existence. So then she's going to arrange it to go be with this other guy that maybe she used to have a relationship with him. Maybe she didn't, but she's going to the cheating side of town. It takes her a while to get there. And then she has her little fling. And then she goes back home and she's lonely again. Why? She's returning to the life she devised. She chose it. The older man, went along with it, but it's a loveless relationship. Her fault. So no sympathy here, but it depends on her life story too. Maybe she was broken, abused as a kid, and you could kind of understand where you'd want to flee to safety, refuge, as they say. But it comes at a price.
And your smile is a thin disguise. I thought by now you'd realize there ain't no way to hide your lying eyes. There ain't no way to hide your lying eyes. Honey, you can't hide your lying eyes.
Yeah, I mean, when the Eagles sort of were rising to their ascendancy, I guess I was countercultural. I was also into harder rock. They were soft rock, and they didn't work for me. But I mean, I missed out on a lot of good songs. Their lyricism is just spot on. And this storytelling here is traditional country storytelling. Could it be contemporary? I suppose it could be. Miranda certainly could do a song like this. But nonetheless, this is one of those songs where you can't hide your lying eyes. Like, you can't hide them from yourself. You can look in the mirror. One of the things you study in philosophy, it was in Brian McLaughlin's class, existentialism, and is self-deception possible? Because self-deception assumes that you know the truth or a truth and then deny that truth, and just sort of in a nutshell. And so she crafted this lie, but can she hide those lying eyes from herself? Could she look in the mirror and sort of convince herself that there was no lie involved, or there was no deception involved? Like a lie, in simple terms, one definition of a lie isn't something, it doesn't involve something that's untrue. Because if you're, learning your times tables, let's say you're, I don't know, what age do you learn those things? Second grade, third grade? And you're learning, 8 times 8 equals 64. And you take a test and you say 8 times 8 equals 46. And that's the wrong answer. But you don't say that that's a lie. A lie is an intent to deceive. And did she intend to deceive this older man? We don't know. Maybe they were upfront about it. Maybe he knew. Maybe they both knew that she was in it for the opulence. He was in it to have the youthful energy around him and maybe a beautiful girl. I mean, he's got to pay a price for that too. And his price is financial, certainly, but it's also like, I guess that's the end of the line for him. He's going to have a beautiful girl around for a little while, but she'll be gone or he'll die first. Whatever, however you want to look at that storyline. But did she deceive him? The assumption is yes. But there's no way he went into this. If he can read her lying eyes, he should have been able to read the other part of it too. And I'm sure he was. So he was complicit in this. But she's paying a price because she didn't realize that the price would be that high to pay. She probably figured she could make it work. A lot of times in relationships, you think you can deal with the frailties of another person or the things you just don't like about another person. But you're like, yeah, we'll work it out. And then you can't work it out because they're not willing to compromise on it. In this song, the guy doesn't have anything to compromise. He's just older. And she's the one that's going to have to compromise with herself to decide to get real and decide, all right, it's not all about the money. I also don't want a broke dude. That much is obvious. So she's going to have to go and change tack. here and go after somebody who makes a decent income, an average income, but that's going to love her, for example. But you still have to live with yourself after you've done something like this. So, anyway, all right, Trent, that was a hell of a song for you to request. I hope this doesn't happen to you at any point in life. But I am impressed at your choice of songs, even outside the country family. This actually was a lot closer to country than I remembered. I'll put it in the Country Heart Series playlist nonetheless, but there was mandolin in this. There was a country bass line. The lyrics, of course, were country. I'll rate the song, and the number that popped into my head was a 9.1. I even like the instrumentation in this. It just popped right along. I like the vocals in this. And I don't know who sang on this. Was that Glenn Fry? It wasn't Joe Walsh. Anyway, you guys can leave that. So, all right, guys, that goes in the playlist of songs of 9 and above and the Country Heart playlist. Trent, get better, my friend. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.